Hey, what's up? In this video, I'll be doing a breakdown on how I remade the beat behind Kanairo dating Mejja. So I'll talk about the song structure, the key of the song, the tempo, the chord progression, and everything else the song entails. If you're interested in learning how to produce, I have a course that covers everything I believe you should learn if you want to learn this art of music production. So if you're interested, I'll have my number in the description so you can WhatsApp or call and we can talk more on the course. If you want these project files, I'll have them in my Patreon page, so you can become a patron and have access to this particular project and every other project file of any beat that I have done and those that I will do in future. So with that aside, let's kick off. The tempo of this song is 98. The chord progression is the key is G. Chord progression is 6, 5, 2, and 1. The 6 is E minor, the 5 is D chord, the 2 is A minor chord, and the G or the 1 is G chord. So the song is color coded here, as you can see on your screen, and the intro is 4 bars, then chorus, which is 12 bars, verse 12 bars, chorus 8 bars. The second chorus is 8 bars. The second chorus is 12 bars. Second verse, sorry, is 12 bars. Then this chorus here is 8 bars. Then 12 bars for the verse and outro 4 bars. So that's the song structure. So I'll start with the intro. So I'm going to talk about the instrumentation that consists the intro, and then we'll look at the chorus and the verses and every other part of the song. So the very first instrument in the intro is this weird sound. So let me play it. So this sound, I used a sound that comes with this do. So this is an default sound, which is on the sounds categories, and then you'll find effects folder on sounds, and then the sound that I used is this called darknet. This darknet. So I have the sound, and I also have an effect called echo, which gives the delay effect. So here's it without the delay effect. But if I add the delay, this is you hear there's some delay going on. So that's the sound. Okay, now the second sound should be this sound. So I'm going to let me solo. So this is an 808, and this is the bass line, and the notes here follow the chord notes. So the first note is E, followed by D, A, and G. E for E minor, then D major, A for A minor chord, and G for G chord. So that's the bass line. And I used an 808, and as usual I start with a sampler, load an 808, tune it, and then add an amp. Okay, there's this other sound in the intro. Okay, now for this sound, I know this is not exactly as the reference, which is the song, but I tried to find a sound that is close to that what I was hearing. And what I did, I found a sound from one of the sounds that come with this do, and this sound is on categories sound. Then you'll find voices folder. There's patomento female nasal. This sound is the one that I used. So I had it affected by a flanger, and so I put a flanger as an effect here, and also I had it EQ'd, then reverb, then I added some compression, and then also I did some more EQ. So this is how it sounds without any effects. So I added a flanger. You can hear the flanger gives it width, and I also added EQ'd the highs and the lows, and boosted some of these mid frequencies. So it boosted that nasal effect. And then here there's a reverb, and then also I had some compression, and the compressor here was so that I would boost the low frequencies, so that the lows, so that they be audible. And then I also had another EQ cutting the high frequencies. So that's the sound. The notes are here, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, then G, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, E. Those are the notes. There's also this other sound on the intro, marimbas. So for the marimbas, I also used a sound from this do, and this is the particular sound. So it's a sound from the sounds category, mallets. This toy marimba. The notes are the E minor, D, E minor, D, A minor, and then G. So those are the instrumentations that make up the intro. There's also this transition here that I left out, so let me solo it. So this is a reverse cymbal, or crash, reverse crash. So you can find a crash and then reverse it, and then it will you'll have that effect. So that's the intro. So if I might play all those instruments at the same time, this is how they sound. Okay, now on the chorus, because the song starts with a chorus after the intro. Of course, the drums come in, and this is the first pattern. Okay, let me first solo. So the first 4 bars of the intro, it's only these hi-hats that are playing, and then also the second 4 bars, and then these change up, and then the kicks come in after from bar 13. And this is the pattern. So it's just the usual pattern, but then again, let me talk about the kick. This kick is a heavy one, so I used a kick from dance. I have a sample where I have some samples from EDM tracks. So I used a kick from one of those samples, but you don't really have to use it. If you have a kick that is, you know, heavy, this is you know, look for a heavy kick, because this song, after listening, I you know, heard that kick was very, you know, heavy. So that's the drums for the verses, or rather the chorus. And then there's this 808 here, which is still following the chord progression. So that's the first, okay, the first half of the chorus has this 808 playing, and then here from bar 13 the 808 is a bit busy, and these are the notes that are being played. So that's E, then octave, D, D, A, E, E. I think you can see them on your screens. On so that's the 808, and then also we have this lead. Okay, let me first of all solo. So that's the sound there. Also we have some marimbas here. Playing the chords G, the first chord is A minor chord, then D major chord, and then A minor chord, and then G major chord. So here I used a sound from you know, one of the sound that comes with this do, and the sound is in sounds category mallets, this tinkle toy bell. So that's it, and I added a reverb. So on the reverb I cut some of these low end of the reverb, also here on the diffusion network. Then I added some decay time, a little bit of it, and then you can see here the dry wet is around 10 o'clock. And yeah, so this is how it sounds without the reverb. With the reverb, of course you hear in some space and it sounds bigger. So that's okay, that's one of the marimbas. And then bar 9, there's a change of these okay, let's hear first of all what's this pattern, please. Okay, there's a change now from the marimbas. From bar 13, there's a pad. Now pad, this similar chord progression is played by a pad, and the pad is a sound from this do, and it's sounds vocal, this vocal choral stereo sweep pad. This is the sound that I'm using, and I didn't change or tweak anything, any knob. I only added some volume, and you know, that was it. So that's the vocal choral, and then of course we have this transition, this fill. So for this fill, I added some sounds on a drum rack. Just add some snare, a rim, and some timbales. And then I programmed some roll here. So, and then I added a glue compressor, for which I heavily compressed this track, this particular drum rack, this roll. You can see the threshold here is minus 28 dB, and then I have some makeup, which is 14 dB, and then attack is around 1, release 2, ratio all the way up. So that's the roll. And yeah, so this is how the verse sounds. Okay, now on the verse, most of the instruments that we have looked at on the chorus are the same in the verses. The only okay, here on the drums there's these variants. You can see I've added some hi-hats, some hi-hats, just so that to fill up these pattern. So that's the drums, and then the 808 are, the basic part of the 808 is the one that is playing on the verses, and then there's this pattern. So okay, let's look at this pattern. So here, this is the pontamento sound. So you can see here these notes. Now you can see there's the ending notes here, the ending 4 notes here. They are playing 1 octave down, and then the other pattern is playing on the same octave. So when I play them, you'll hear that difference. So that's and then sorry. Yeah, okay, I couldn't find another better way of explaining that. So this is how that was achieved. And then we have the marimbas. The marimbas we've already discussed. And then there's another fill here. So this one I had a little change up of the same samples, or the same drum rack. And yeah, so those are the instruments in the verse. Now the other instrument that we haven't talked about is this here, and it's an impact. So it acts more like a transition from the chorus to the verse, or rather from the verse to the chorus. Yes, and yeah, so the verse is the verses are very similar, and the choruses also are very similar. So again, if you want the project files, I'll have them in my Patreon, so you can head over and become a patron, and you can download these project files. So that's it. Let me play from top so you can hear how everything sounds.